What's going on, guys? It's Lewis here with Crypto Elite. Today's date is August 19th, 2021, and I'm about to do a market update. It's currently 11:57 a.m., and who knows how long this is going to be. It might be a long one, but don't worry, I will cut this down for you once I'm done. I will edit it and make sure you're only getting the good stuff. So we're going to jump right into this. First things first, 3 commas. 3 commas is the best place to execute your trades. This is not a paid sponsorship, by the way. I just absolutely love 3 commas. Now, remember that you could set your entries, take profits, stop losses, and have stop loss timeouts, and have automatic trailing stops, and have automatic trailing take profits. You could do all of this with 3 commas. You could even set conditional orders so your money doesn't get locked up whenever you put in your limit buys. This means that you could put in limit buys for as many trades as you want without locking up any capital. Plus, they have bots to automate your trading, and I already made a bunch of videos on bots. I just haven't released them yet. I'll be releasing them later. But yeah, if you are not signed up to 3 commas yet, I recommend you use 3 commas when trading cryptocurrencies. You could use 3commas.io. You could use this link right here, or if you go into the VIP chat, which you could see, I have the VIP. You could go to resources, and the resources tab, you just go down a little bit to... Where is it? Right here. 3 commas. Save 10% off your subscription by signing up through this link. So that's 3 commas. The next thing that I want to go over is that I will update the charts if there's a need to update them. If nothing has changed from the previous week, though, for example, I made the ideal buy zones and they have not hit yet, then I'm just not going to, change the charts. The charts don't change week to week if I am on the higher time frames. I'll just post the same charts as last week if that's the case. The other thing is that I do set alerts for these charts to go off in the alerts channel in the VIP. So if you're not a part of the VIP, that is one of the benefits. It's that I set alerts to go off in TradingView, and then I connect them via API to the Discord channel so that they go off in the VIP and they notify you. So if a coin is close to the buy zone, and I will also put it in the VIP signals channel as well as the ideal buy zone channel. So anyway, I have a lot of stuff. One other thing. So important info. This is important info that I want to make sure that you guys know is that I personally have 2 accounts. I actually have a lot of accounts, but like for the sake of this, we're going to say I have 2 accounts. One of them is an investment account, and then another one is a trading account. Now, when I post charts in the ideal buy zone, the VIP alt signal, or the alerts go off in the alert channel, these are all trades. When I post in the investing portfolio channel, these are buy and hold until further notice. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that everyone has an investment portfolio where you just buy and hold and you do super, super long-term swing trades with these things. And you just try to accumulate as many coins as possible. This is really how you get really wealthy, in my opinion, and you make trades just to make sure you get the trades in and out. You make that money, but it's really the long-term accumulation that gets you the most gains once we enter into bull markets. So I do have 2 accounts. Want you to know that. Don't confuse the 2. And finally, if any of this stuff is confusing you, go to cryptoelite.com. You can see cryptoelite.com right there. So you could just understand how to read the charts. I highly recommend you go through this course. It'll teach you so much of what you need to know in order for you to make money in cryptocurrency. And you'll also get my trading cheat sheet, which is the same one that I use for every single trade. And it's the same one that I use, during this entire market update if you go through the course. I have a few things that I keep in mind with trading. I'm not going to, go over them right now. You could stop this and read them if you want. Last time, the overall big picture was that in 2013, we had a major drop-off from the highs. Then we went sideways. Then we shot up and made a huge recovery to all new time highs. And I do believe that this is a very likely scenario. This is because the Fed and Congress will most likely decide to print more money to try to stimulate the economy. They don't really have a choice in the matter at this point, because if they don't, then the economy will simply crumble. And of course, we cannot have that. And of course, people have been investing their stimulus checks in cryptocurrency, and then cryptocurrency goes up. And also, the market is going to go up despite, also, there's been a lot of FUD in the markets the past couple months, really the past month and a half. and the market has just been going up and up and up and up and up. So really, like, the fact that the market has continued to go up despite all the FUD over the past month, it just shows that it's an incredibly bullish market. Also, coins are just popping off left and right. That does not happen in a bear market. So we are 100% in a bull market. Don't think otherwise, you know? I'm going to skip some of these notes because I take these notes after I do a lot of the analysis. So skipping those, we're going to go into the MVRV chart, all of these other things, right? This is what I first start out on because these give me the big picture. So this score right here, if we get a repeat of 2013, we may have already bottomed out at $30,000 per Bitcoin. You want to be in before the bull run starts. 3 look like a pretty heavy resistance on the MVRV score. And what is that? That is this right here. So looking at this, we could see the MVRV score. We came all the way up. This is when we crashed at 6.18. Wow, that's actually, or 6.42, excuse me. Maybe a little bit higher. And we came all the way back down, and now, of course, we came back up. And are we making a complacency solder? I don't know, but like we are definitely on the way back up. Will it hit this green zone again? I don't think it will. I honestly don't think it will hit this green zone. I think that this is reserved for bear markets, and I do not think that we are in a bear market. Therefore, I am remaining bullish. What am I talking about previously? I'm talking about this right here. In 2013, we had this giant run up, came all the way back down, had this incredible crash. Bitcoin went from Bitcoin went from 230 all the way down to $88, and it actually went all the way down to $72, excuse me, and then came back up. And of course, we had a new bull run after that, and it went all the way up to over $1,000 before the actual bear market started. And if that's the case right here, then Bitcoin was, you know, at $64,000, I believe, at the top, somewhere around there. And then it crashed, and now it's on its way back up. And it could, personally, I believe, go up to over 70, 80, 90, maybe even over $100,000 before this cycle ends. I'm betting over $100,000, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, that's the MVRV score, and I'm pretty bullish on that. So cancel that. And rainbow chart. Bitcoin is in the hodl zone. Good time to hodl. If it drops into the zone below, that would be a much better buying opportunity. This was a meme chart, but, you know, it's worked out really well. So, and meme coins have worked out really well. So, you know, I'm going to continue using this chart. We are still in the hodl zone. So I'm not really going to, I'm not going to sell it here because we're in the hodl zone. I would love for it to come back down into the still cheap zone, but I don't know if we're going to get that. We'll have to look at the actual price in order to figure that out. But I do like this blockchaincenter.net. Just rainbow chart. You can just Google the rainbow chart, and you'll see what this is. So exit out of that, and that was that. Next up is the fear and greed index. So under 10 is an automatic buy for me. Over 75, start scaling out unless we are entering into a full-blown bull market. Last time it was at 65. This was, I believe, 2 weeks ago. That didn't really tell that much. Now it's at 70, so it's getting to be pretty greedy. We're getting a lot more greedier. And fear and greed index, you know, last month it was at 19, and that was, of course, the best time to buy. Now it's over 70, or it's at 70. Doesn't really tell me much because it just, you know, it's not over. This is something that I look at the extremes. Under 10, over 75, 80. That's what I look at. So it's currently at 70. Doesn't really tell me that much. All right. So we could exit out of that. Now we could start going into the actual charts. We're gonna start with the total market cap. Last time, local top may actually be in. Well, let's go to it. So this is the crypto total market cap, and this was the chart from last time. You could see that we came, you know, obviously during the entire bull run since for an entire year and over a year and a half now, this bull run has been continually moving up, and we got all the way up to over $2.5 trillion in the market cap. And then we crashed, of course, we crashed all the way back down, and we crashed to, what do you know, the 61.8 golden ratio, 1.2 trillion. Great time to buy anything, buy here. This is actually, I wrote this out when we were all the way up here, and got in. This is one reason how I was able to call the bottoms and get in at the bottoms, is because of the total market cap. So I looked at this and I was like, damn, 61.8, we're definitely going to bounce from here. We did. And what do you know? We came all the way back up to the 61.8 Fibonacci from the top to the bottom. So now we're at the 60. We bounced off the 61.8 from the top to the bottom. And usually we come back down to 38.2, which is somewhere around here, 1.75 trillion. I would want to get in literally, I would want to re-enter probably around 1.75 trillion. 1.7 is the 38.2, but I want to front run it. So if we come down here, this is where I'm going to go in. And let me just write that out. Okay, so now that that is known, I'm going to try to front run it right over here. We could go onto the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, and let's see what happened. See what happened over here. Let's first off change this. Oh, let me just change the date of this analysis real quickly to the 19th. Okay, there you go. So now we're at total 2. Respects the monthly fibs very well. We're on the weekly chart right now just to get a bigger picture. Top to bottom, retraced all the way back to the 61.8, hit the 61.8, started to fall down, and same exact thing. So I want to get in, I almost want to get in at the $1 trillion mark because it's just such a big psychological number, but I'm going to get in at around 900, I want to say 980 billion, 70, 60, 50, 300 billion. That's a lot. So this is pretty tricky. But I'm still going to try to front run it at around, let's say 975 billion. Okay, so I'm just going to put it, something like that. I'm going to say get it, major resistance now support, re-enter here. I'll say front running. Re-enter alts. There you go. And this is at 960, so I'm going to raise this up to 970, 973, somewhere around there. It's going to be a big level. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart now. So let's go to the weekly on the Bitcoin dominance chart. Bitcoin dominance oversold on the stock chart side. Looks to be turning over. MACD looks to be falling down, so good for alts at least. Last time for Bitcoin dominance, I said it is looking like it. If it breaks down, I'll be going into alts. So that's exactly what happened. Like, let's go to the daily. You could see it broke through this support line, right? And this was, I updated this on TikTok. I updated this ever. I said, as soon as it broke through here, you want to go into alts. And broke below this die, I went in alts. Yeah, I wrote that down like a while ago. So boom, we went into alts. Now I'm just simply waiting for price for the dominance level of Bitcoin to reach the 61.8 golden ratio. As soon as it reaches this ratio, I will go back into Bitcoin. I will go half Bitcoin, half USDC here. I will exit my alt positions once it reaches here. So that is that. And if we go down to 100 Bitcoin dominance, aka altcoin dominance, I was waiting. I was just waiting for alts to come down here. This was the main thing, but of course it simply bounced off the 23.6, and once it breached this level right here, I was like, shit, we got to go into alts. So started going to alts heavy, told everyone about it. We made an absolute killing, and now this is just the inverse of this, right? So we have a little whiles more to go before we reach the 61.8. So if we take the Fibonacci from the top to the bottom, this is the 61.8. So now this right here, actually what I'll do is I'll bring this down, and I will bring this here. And this, you can see we're actually already rejected off of this once. So I will write this. Actually, I don't need to write in the text bar. I could just literally write it right here. I could write, once we hit here, I'll be going heavy into BTC and USDC. This lines up with SEP. Actually, and I'll also write, this lines up with September, which will most likely be a, I guess, stale month. And that is this. So I'm sort of thinking this might happen. Up, rejected, and then I don't really know. I don't really know what's going to happen, if we're going to come all the way down here after that, if we're going to come back down here, if we're going to be super bullish and it's just going to come back down to this zone. I don't know, but I do know, or I'm very confident that we'll get a rejection right here. So I will sell most of my stuff right here, and I will publish this just for that. Alt Dom, boom, boom. And then I'll say Alt Dom and publish this idea. And then what I'll do is I will copy this idea and I will put it into my market scan, which will then go into the Crypto Elite VIP Discord group. And then people can, understand what the game plan is. So copy this, and then this goes down here. Boom. And I said same as previous analysis. Expect it to come to 30.2. Okay, so this is what I need to write. Let me change this up real quick. Okay, so after that, I'm not sure. Okay, there you go. So I basically just wrote down what I just said. And that's altcoin dominance right here. So I could exit that. Next up is Bitcoin. So now we could actually go into Bitcoin analysis. Let's bring this down a little bit. BTC. Stacking orders down. Last time I said stacking orders down to 40K. Let's see what happened. We actually haven't gotten there yet. So, whoops. Still stacking my orders are still stacked down here. I like this area because this is the 200-day moving average, and I'm simply waiting for that to hit. Let me just double check. Excuse me, it's the 200-day exponential moving average. And this is the 200-day moving average, just the actual moving average. So this is acting, in my opinion, going to be sort of like a resistance. So we're sort of like at a resistance right now, and then this is sort of like a support right here. So let's bring up the indicators. MACD is looking okay, but the RSI, high, RSI, lower, 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 and the price is higher, 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 higher. Oh, actually, this is, what am I doing? This is the monthly chart, so let's go to the monthly. I go monthly, weekly, daily, exactly. All right, so on the monthly, let's see what we're looking at over here. Monthly chart. probably write that down. So I have 3 different charts for different things. So anyway, monthly chart, we could see, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, half a year of nothing but green, plus 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Let's take a look at this. Get rid of this. What happened here? Top to bottom. This 51,269. That's the area of interest right here. Put that right there. So monthly close. Right here. So this is big resistance. This is big resistance. On the monthly, we really didn't. Basically, we from the low to the high, we came back down, hit the 61.8, bounced back up, and now we're at the 50%. Usually, if we go past the 38.2, we go all the way up to the 38.2 right here. We go up to the 61.8. So, man, I'm still thinking 51,200 is really good. But let's go to the weekly to get a little bit of a better picture of this. So that was the monthly. Now we're at the weekly chart. Let's go to the weekly and see what the deal is. Down to up, down 61.8, boom. Now let's do the top to the bottom, and let's do top to bottom same way that we just did. Interesting, very interesting. So actually, if we take the top to the bottom from here as opposed to here, if we take it from here, which is the same top that the Fibonacci lined up with right here at 30,000, then 61.8 happens just below 50,000, 49,378. So this is actually the big, and look at that. It lines up perfectly with the weekly close. So I would say getting out at 49,300. Yeah, big resistance, 61.8%. Big resistance. I would want to get out around here. So let me publish this and then make an alert so people will be notified if it hits this area. So that's Bitcoin on the weekly. Let's go down to Bitcoin on the daily chart. Yeah, this was the old one from January. Look at this, January, man, I don't even know. August, what is it, 19th? Yeah, 21. Okay. This is a daily chart now. Of course, we have this right here. This whole big resistance area. Daily chart. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. Technically, it's still at a higher low, so we're still in an uptrend on the daily. However, you know, we're coming into that huge we're really coming into this huge area of resistance right here. You see there's a lot of resistance here, and then some resistance here, flipped into support, flipped into support, flipped into support, and then all of a sudden resistance, boom, huge crash. 49,100, I'm selling. Yeah. Selling here. So selling there. Fib from here to here. 42K. This is a great, and then look at that. Look at how this lines up so perfectly with the support. So we'll probably, I'm thinking, you know, you never know, but like I'm thinking that this area will be the area of, what do you call it? Like boom, boom, and now it's like that. That's what I'm thinking. Something like this. So let me copy this chart real quick. And let me actually do something. Yeah, and that was my that's what I'm thinking. If I go down to my investment account, 40,000 is really like my investment portfolio I bought here, and then I would bought here, and then I bought more up here. So this is really the new, I mean, change the new TP. Yeah. So exit out of that. No longer needed. This is really go all in. Hits here again. Support / previous resistance. So buy some here. Here reaches. So if it reaches like 40,000 again, I'll buy some for my longer term portfolio, just to like never touch, you know. And that's gonna be that. So let me put this August 19, 2021. Boom. Okay, now let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum on the monthly. Man, there's a lot of levels. A lot of levels here. Let me clean this up a bit. I'll be right back. Okay, so on the monthly chart, you could see that Ethereum had an insane run up, crashed all the way back down to the golden ratio, came all the way back up to the monthly closes, and then crashed all the way back down and came back all the way back up again, crashed all the way back down, came all the way back up, and now it's above the previous monthly close. It'll most likely stay above for this month. We still have 12 days left. The monthly close around 2,800 lines up very, very well with the 38.2 fib. So I am stacking my orders from 3,000 all the way down to 2,800. And this is stacking orders from 3,000 to 2,700. This is what I wrote down last time. This right here was the last update that I gave on the 9th, so 10 days ago, when it was the price was right here. And the way that you read these charts is basically you click it, right? And then you could see this is what I predicted. And then you click the play button and it shows you what actually happened. So it came down into my buy zone. We got the orders in, and now I'm honestly, I'm still like, even if it comes down, I want to buy more, all the way down to around here. And then hopefully it'll, you know, bounce from there. And I have my stop under here because this is like fairly decent stop. I just don't think I'm going to need it, but you got to have your stops in case. So that's Ethereum on the monthly. If we could go down to the weekly, maybe we could get something a little bit different. This is the weekly chart. Get this down right here. let me do some analysis on the weekly and be right back. Okay, so now we're on the weekly chart, and this is what we can see. We could see that it actually came from bottom to top, 61.8, just like we said before. Boom, 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 boom. And now it from the top to the bottom, Fibonacci 61.8 got rejected, and this the weekly also confirms the 38.2 is around 2,700. So anywhere between 3,000 to 2,700 is where I'm going to be stacking my buys in. I do believe the price will continue to fall within the next couple of weeks, within the next week or two, and it'll fall. It'll crash to here and then come back up. I already have a couple of my orders have been hit, or one of my orders have been hit, but like I think it'll go down below 3,000 again. So that's Ethereum on the weekly, and then we have Ethereum on the daily. So yeah, we got it's the same. It's literally the same thing, but like just on the daily chart, you know. So let me just put that information in here and you know, put it in my market scan. Okay, so two things I want to say is that this area is like the really bullish area, but it could totally still hit here at 2,400 and still remain very bullish. I just think that we're in such a bullish market right now that I don't think it'll really come all the way down to 2,400, but like it could totally remain bullish at 2,400. So I just had to add that in there. So I'm going to publish this chart, and I'm going to publish this idea, and I'm going to add the alerts in so that the VIP members can get alerted when the prices get hit. So let me go do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so moving on from the trading portfolio, I also have an investment portfolio for Ethereum, and where I do the weekly charts, and it's pretty much, there's two things right here. It's like going heavy and then sell right here, and then I'm going to buy more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put this alert right here. I'm going to say ETH selling here, and then I have my little thing. Boom. And something that I noticed was that I want to show you this. This is pretty cool. This was my previous May 28th. What I said, resistance, sell here. So basically all that I did was support and resistance, and this is how powerful just simply support, resistance, and Fibonacci is. This is why I use these tools. You could see I had the ideal buy zone right here at around 1,800, 1,700, and I had the resistance right on here around 2,700. And if we press the play button, you could see that it hit the resistance, came up, hit the resistance, came down, hit the support. And if you have like, you know, you don't even really need to use stops in this situation because you bought it so low, but like if you use stops, you could simply have a stop underneath here, and it would never have even gotten hit. And that's just like the power of using nothing but support levels, resistance levels, and via price action, and also Fibonacci. So I just wanted to share that as well. And for my investment account, I have my investment account right over here. Or actually, that's what we just did. We just went over, and so I already bought here for my investment account. So when if it ever comes back down here, I'll buy again. And then, you know, if it comes back up here, I'll sell, and I'll try to rebuy sometime down here. So that is Ethereum. After Ethereum, you also want to look at the Bitcoin chart to see, you know, what's going on with Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So you could see this is really pretty crazy right here. There you go. So Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin is basically outperforms Ethereum when this chart goes down, and of course Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin when this goes up. So Ethereum went up much more than Bitcoin did in value in USD terms, all over here, all over here, all over here, and all over here. But it also fell much, much harder than Bitcoin did. Right there, right there, right there, and basically all of 2019 and all of 2020 against Bitcoin. Bitcoin was pretty much outperforming it, or it was staying relatively, what do you want to say, comparable to Bitcoin. But then, of course, March, April, May, June, or March, April, May, Ethereum just went on a huge run and it outperformed Bitcoin tremendously. So you have to look at, you don't have to, but looking at these charts is really, really, really powerful, because this tells you whether to be more into Bitcoin or more into Ethereum. And looking at this right now, I could tell literally right here, or excuse me, literally right here is a huge area, because this was the biggest bounce right there, biggest bounce right, a bounce right there, and then right here, all of the bounces. So if Ethereum against Bitcoin ever comes back down to this level, I am 100% going to be buying it. So let me go on the daily chart, get a little bit more clarity with what's going on here. You could see that Ethereum versus Bitcoin hit the 61.8, got rejected, and now it came back down to the 38.2. It's actually going below the 38.2, so I would not be surprised to see this area be the actual area that it hits next. So let me bring this down here, and if it hits here, I want to go, like, I want to check this chart, and then I want to check the USD chart against it and see, like, you know, if it lines up, if the USD chart is at a support. So let me write that down here. I said check to see if USD chart is at support. If it is, buy Ethereum. That's what you want to do right here. I'm going to publish this idea, ETH BTC. So ETH BTC, right? Copy it, publish it, and then I'm going to turn it into the alert, and then I will be right back. And also, looking at this, you know, remember my analysis for USD is that it could drop all the way down to 2,800. Well, if it does, you know, when things drop, Ethereum drops harder than Bitcoin, so it would sort of make sense that it could drop all the way down here. Bitcoin could drop a little bit, Ethereum could drop even more. Hence, this could go down and then touch right here at around 2,800, 2,700 on the USD chart. So it sort of makes sense. So this is pretty much what I have here. And I'm not sure if I have, let me just see if I have my little thing. Okay, I don't have my little thing here. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about this right here. So let me just copy this and paste it like that, just so that it's there, and put a little 19. There you go. So now that I have this all done for Ethereum, we got Bitcoin. Another thing that I like to look at is actually the DeFi perp, DeFi index. And this is really, really good because it tells you, like, it's another really big indicator. So and this is a big thing that I think a lot of people should realize, that, like, you could look at these big indicators, these indices, or the dominance levels, or the total market cap, to get a really good picture, really good sense of where the market is, right? And where it's going. So knowing that, I'm going to look at this, and let me do a little bit of analysis on this. 2 seconds, I'll be right back. Okay, so looking at this, I saw that the 61.8 golden ratio from the top to the bottom lines up really, really well with the left side of where all of this resistance happened to be. So once it hits up here, once this price of the DeFi perp index hits up here, I'm going to start scaling out of my alts, de-risking my alts right around there, and then I'll get back into them somewhere around the 38.2. So probably somewhere around 10,200, somewhere around here is where I will start getting back into alts. And that is the DeFi perp. Very useful tool. Very useful tool. So, or chart or whatever. Finally, moving on to my favorite. I'm always going to be charting this after I get into once I get into the weeds of the things, because we just did the big stuff. You know, we did the total market cap, we did the dominance levels, we did the Bitcoin chart, Ethereum chart, all of that stuff, right? The DeFi index. So now we have a big picture of where the market's going, and now we could get into the weeds of stuff. The one thing that I want to say, one thing I have to do is I have to do some notes. So I'll go back, I'll do the notes later. But going back here, quant. So I like checking quants because I want to make sure that I'm always collecting more quant, simply because it's my favorite, it's my favorite cryptocurrency. It's my long-term hold. I just buy it. I try to sell it at like key resistance levels, and then I buy it again, sell it again, buy it again, all that stuff, right? So I'm trying to get 10,000 quant. That's my thing. 10,000 times 10,000, because I believe that quant will eventually be $10,000 per QNT. So I'm trying to get as much as possible, and I want 10,000 of them. So I'm not there yet, but I could get there. Anyway, I actually pulled this off. I pulled this off so well the other day, where I bought it and then I sold it already. So now that I did that, I don't really need. Wow, this is a daily chart. I thought this was the weekly chart for a second because of how crazy it's been. But that's what I said. I said as soon as it breaks through here, it's gonna go on a freaking run. So now that I did this, I'm pretty much good with quant, because I sold it at 183, and then this was the other day. I sold it like here. No, I sold it here, and then I bought it here, and then I sold it again up here, and then I bought it back here. So I have like 10% more quant now today than I did the other day, which is like amazing. That's all that I could ask for. I don't care about the USD value. I only care about the quant value, the value of quant. So if it comes down here, going to add a ton of quants here. And then if it comes down here, add even more. Add even more here. There you go. There you go. Let me publish these ideas and turn them into alerts. Okay, so now I could go more into the altcoins like BNB and ADA and Doge and all that stuff. And because I did the market cap and the dominance levels, like for instance, here's the dominance level, and I think we still have a little bit of room to run for alts. But once we get up here, I'm going to start scaling out a little bit and de-risking, right? But I don't know how long that's going to be. Maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. I'm not really sure. Maybe 5 days, but I still think that there's a little bit of room to run, so I'm still going to be, bullish on alts and all that, and because of that, I'm going to be looking at the levels and trying to look for longs, and so that's why I do the total market cap and the dominance levels and everything first to get a good gist of where we are. So now that is out of the way, we could go on to starting on BNB. Bring this over here. Put this right there. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Boom. Bottom of top, hit the 61.8. Came back up to the 38.2. Back down to the 61.8. Back up to 38.2. And now looking like it's going to bust through it. So let me write this here. Can't be totally sure though. I would definitely sell here. So weekly, go down into the daily chart. Man, constantly overbought, but still price remains high. This doesn't look too good in terms of the MACD. It's at the major resistance. Okay, so here's the deal. It's at a major resistance right now. You can't buy it if it's at a major resistance level. Like, it could pop. It has the opportunity to pop off. But, like, this is the top, and now it came all the way back up, and now here's the top. Like, you don't buy here. Like, you sell it here. Lots of selling pressure up here. So, you buy it right here, and then if you miss this, then you put your orders in to buy it again down here. Miss that, you put your orders in again to buy it. And I give you 3 times to buy it right here. And then you sell it right here, and then maybe if it comes up and then comes back down for the retest, you can buy it right there. But it's too risky to buy right now, so that's what I'm going to put. Yeah, so that was BNB against USDT, BNB against Bitcoin. On the last time we did it, I don't have I guess, man, why don't I have this thing on my BNB chart? I want it on all of my charts. Paste. So last time it was like right around here, and I said it was a good buy. So we ended up buying it right there at the very bottom. Actually, we got front ran, but like this was still a really good buy, and this was the sell. So we actually sold it right here. Exactly what I'm talking about. So on the USD chart, it's at resistance right now, right? But like, so you can see it's at resistance. So there's lots of selling pressure. And the Bitcoin chart is, we bought it down here, and we sold it right here. So we don't want to wait, So I could do this though. I could put this right here, and I could say that this is sort of a good buying zone, because pretty decent buy zone. So if you want to buy BNB, I would recommend buying it down here. Not financial advice, but I would wait until the Bitcoin chart actually gets to the lows, and then I would buy it there. So let me BNB BTC, set the alert for the VIP group members, and then be right back. Next up on the list is Cardano. So let's look at Cardano now. Let me do a little bit of analysis on here, and I will get right back. Okay, so you could see that on the monthly, Cardano just had an insane previous month. How much did it even go up by? Like, do I have this? 1 month, 50%. So, yeah, its all-time high was 2.465. The monthly close was right here. So, weekly close. So it's coming into obviously crazy resistance right now. 1.87 was the area that was the buy zone. 1.87294, 1.8728. So actually, this did get hit, which is pretty nice. So that was the buy zone. I just didn't upgrade the colors, but that was the buy zone back there. Although we didn't really get filled that much, because it decided to pump literally like 0.001 cent, below where we put it. And now it's all the way up here. I mean, like, can't really justify buying, So, and it's the same thing, like, oh, damn. Yeah, this was the weekly support resistance. This was previous weekly support resistance. Cardano would have been a ridiculously good play. Yeah, so looking at Cardano right now, it's in basically like a no buy zone. Like, honestly, I do believe that it will continue to go higher, but like, technically speaking, it's in a no buy zone because it's at its all-time highs. You just don't buy something. You just don't buy something when it's at its all-time. You definitely don't short it, but this is the sell zone. Sell zone up here. I don't know how much higher it's gonna go. I mean, it's the 19th, and smart contracts are supposed to come out on the 12th, so it's like a buy the rumor, sell the news type deal. Honestly, what I would do for Cardano is I would just continually average into it. I would simply, in fact, let me see if I could do I have the thing here? Here it is. All right. So, this is what I'm going to write. I'm going to write this. Okay, so this is what I wrote for Cardano. I wrote smart contracts, they're supposed to go live on the 12th, and I think that the price will continue to go up and soar at least up until the launch. However, at its all-time highs, it's not a good time to buy right now. But averaging in as or if the price drops, that is a viable strategy. So literally buying anywhere down here, like, as you just simply continue to average in as the price falls, buying anywhere as price falls is a good strategy for ADA. This is what I'm gonna write, and this is what I'm gonna publish. And then if it comes down, let's say that it happens to come down to the 38.2, let's say it comes down here, this would be where you go in like much heavier, is like right here. I really don't think that it'll reach the 61.8, but we will make that green just in case. And yeah, that's the case for Cardano. Let's move on to, oh, actually, I forgot. I need to put this alert in here. So if it comes down to here, I'm going to buy a lot more. If this is the top. You look at the Bitcoin, Cardano versus Bitcoin. Wow. Yeah, this whole area is resistance. Can I bring this back a little bit? Damn, I wish I wanted it to come down here so bad. I was going to go so heavy in here. But this really, it's no longer really valid because, oops, simply because like it never came down there. It bounced off the 61.8. This is too powerful. Top to bottom, came back up. Was this the top? What about the top on the daily? Daily time frame top. Here it is. Let me go up here. Go back to the weekly. Let it load. Needs to load up a little bit. Lots of data. Okay, so this is why, there you go. Copy, paste. This area right here is the sell zone for Cardano against Bitcoin. So it's like technically we are in a sell zone, and the RSI is much lower. So we might actually get a little retrace with Cardano. I really like, technically speaking, we will. Fundamentally speaking, I don't know. So that is Cardano. Let me just double check, make sure that I have the correct Cardano chart up here. No, this is from August 10th. So need to put this up here, August 19th. Okay, I have not saved this. So let me save this real quick, and then I'll be right back. Going into my investment portfolio, let me do that real quick. For my investment portfolio, I simply, let me go to the daily chart. Yeah, it never hit my entries. So right now, these are my entries. Let's see if it comes up here. Then these will be my new entries right here and here. But yeah, for my investment portfolio, I only go in when it hits really good prices. So these are my three zones of interest for my investment portfolio. Moving on from ADA, we now have Dogecoin. Let's look at Doge. This was my Dogecoin. I like it. I like Doge. I am continually adding on to Doge. I'm just like averaging into Doge pretty much every day. Let's check what happened. Yeah, it came down here, missed my buy, and then I had another buy here. I'm a little pissed off with Doge because it keeps on I keep on missing my buy zones with Doge, but it's having a lot of hype around it. It always does. So I continually buy, and it's almost like a guaranteed play. It's in my long-term portfolio. So let me do a little bit of analysis on this, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's go to Doge. Go to Doge on the monthly. All right, so we have the monthly open down there. We have the monthly close right there. Let's go down to the weekly. Yeah, I'd say this is a pretty decent area. Literally all up in here is a good area to long if it ever comes back down. How do you... Literally this entire area is a good area to long. Put that here. This is a weekly close, so of course put that there. This is this is a really big weekly resistance level right there. So we have all of this. This is the monthly close. So the monthly close, yeah, that was the monthly close. So it makes sense why it touched it and then came back down for sure. It fell down 17, 18%. So let's say we take the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top. Let's go to the daily to do that. And we get 38.2 there, and then we get the 61.8 there. This area right here is the area that I would love to long if it comes down. A 20% move though, man, you could either long here or long here. I would think that this would be the area to long because it seems like it would line up with the exponential moving averages. Longing area, 61.8 plus lines up with EMAs and MA, or EMA and MA, yeah. So this is definitely the area to long, like right here. If it comes down here, it's only like 6% or 7% away from the monthly close resistance level. So I'm just not going to long it again from here because, man, it's tough because it's just like this. Look at that. This is major support right here, and it's continuing to be major support. So technically, you could say this came down to 38.2 and now bounced back up, and now it's above the previous support. So tough. But you could also say, I believe, maybe, I mean, this is a stretch, you know, but 5 waves up and you need to have 3 waves down. So possibly 3 waves down here. I just don't see it, but I could see this. I could see at least, man. So I'm literally going to stack my orders in. I'm going to buy more at 31. Damn, I just think that it's going to come back up here. I'm just pretty sure that it's going to come back up here. Maybe the 4-hour will give me a little bit more clarity. Yeah, the 4 hours looking nice. Pretty bullish on the 4-hour. Not gonna lie. High, lower high, lower high. Are we about to make another lower high, or are we going to get a double top? Like if we make a higher high and close right, if we close above 32, or basically 32, it'll be really solid. But like right now. Oh, man, it's just not amazing. You know what I'm saying? Not the best. This is like somewhat support, you know? This area is like not really like huge support, but it's like minor support. I was in for a lot, but now I'm like, man, not really in that much. Okay, so I've made up my decision. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit more into my Doge trade, but I'm going to hold out unless this right here happens, pretty much unless it comes back down to 27. There's like lots of support. It's just like there's lots of support, you know. There's so much support for Doge right now. It's like such a tough decision because it's like I think it's going to come up here. I mean, I guess technically you could do this, right? But if you do this, then your stop sucks because then the 38.2 is right there, and it'll probably bounce off 38.2 and then come right back up above your you know, where you put it. Or you could do this, but then the RR sucks. Or you could do this, which works, but you're not really in the best entry either way. So I have a little bit in here. If it comes down here, I'm going to add more at 0.3017. And let's look at Doge against Bitcoin. Maybe that'll help give us a little bit more of clarity. So this is major resistance for Doge versus Bitcoin. And if we take the Fibonacci from the top to the bottom, there's two big resistances. That one and this one right here. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy paste it. Copy pasta. It's like, which one lines up? What lines up better, that or that? I think this one lines up better, to be honest, because it's at the top of this. Here. So you can see this is pretty decent resistance right here for Doge against Bitcoin. And then this is the 38.2. This obviously huge resistance right here. So I think it still has some room to run. If I'm being honest here, it has room to run. If it comes down here, I'll buy it again. This is clear major support right here. So let me put these alerts in. Okay, so that's Doge. Let's go down into XRP now. XRP. Man. XRP still hasn't even reached its all-time high from January 2018. Do you know how pathetic that is? Like, every other coin has surpassed their all-time highs, and yet XRP really just, like, is still down literally 63% from the all-time highs, while Cardano, Quant, Ethereum, Doge, almost everything that you could imagine, every single cryptocurrency out there is still well above it. So not the biggest fan of XRP. Like I said before, this is the only price worth buying in my opinion if it gets down to like 20 cents. As for trading, like, man, bring this down a little bit. I don't really see a super good opportunity for XRP on the weekly. Let's look at the daily. The daily 38.2 was tapped. And this does have a nice SR flip here, so makes sense why it bounced. Will it be sustained? I don't trust it enough to be sustained. So this looks, hold on a second. Is this something right here? Oh, wow, look at that. Interesting. Yeah, so pretty major resistance. I guess if we go from the body to the wicks, right there. I don't know. It sort of fits, but it doesn't really fit that much. That's why you have to do, what do you call it? You have to do horizontal more so. I guess that works. Yeah, that sort of works. Well, actually, it works perfectly. Resistance. So, not too big of a fan of XRP. If it comes down here, if it comes down there, I'll buy it. So let me put this in the alerts, and that's XRP. Moving on to Polka Dot. Had an excellent run with Polka Dot where it came up here, sold it, rebought it right back here. Oh man, gotta love it. Did really well with this. Now I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for this resistance to be met. Looks like it's probably the 61.8. So if we go from the top to the bottom, yep, 61.8 right here. So I'm going to sell right here because major support turns into major resistance. And then I'm going to rebuy back right here. And DOT is one of my just like super long-term, super long-term hold type of, what do you call it? Just like coins. So it's my investment swing term portfolio. This is what I do with, that's what I do with it. Let's see if I have DOT. Yeah, the last time I did DOT was right there. And I had this actually. Oh, I remember this. Did this work out or did this? Oh, this did work out perfectly. Yeah, so that's amazing actually. Boom, did this, made 46%, no leverage whatsoever, and then bought it back all right here, came all the way back up, made 100%, sold right there, rebought it right there, and now, wow, that's actually quite amazing to be honest. So now that that's there, we have this, and DOT is honestly, DOT's just one of my major things. So I don't need to change. Where is it? Here it is. I don't need to change DOT at all. Let me click on the investment one, see what happened. Entry. Yeah, this was the entry. Okay, entry was hit. Entry 2 missed it by like literally a cent. Yeah. Wow, you can't get better than that. You really just can't get better than that. So let me save this now. Let me publish this now and put this into the market update. Okay, so that's DOT USD. And now let's go to DOT Bitcoin. It's hitting major resistance right now on the Bitcoin pairing, but I already sold and bought back in on my USD pairing. So, yeah, I'm just keeping my DOT and, so, difficult a little. I think it's gonna bust through. I'm pretty confident it's gonna bust through here. I want to keep it. Yeah, so I'm expecting some retracement, but I'm expecting a retracement and then a pop up. I could easily scalp this, but I don't know. Maybe I should scalp it. Maybe I will. I might end up scalping this. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave it alone and just wait for it to hit my resistance that I plotted out up here. And yeah, that's going to be DOT. Okay, so now we're moving on to Uniswap. Going to Uniswap, we have from the bottom to the top, Fibonacci, it dropped all the way down to the 78.6, bounced off the 78.6, came all the way up to 38.2, dropped back again, made a higher low, bounced a higher low, and then had that nice little run up to the resistance. Came, tricked everyone, going right above the resistance, then fell back down, and now it's doing this little bouncy play. Bounced off the 38.2. And will it continue going up? It could, but it's getting pretty damn close to the resistance. So do I want to try to buy it here? I don't know, not particularly. There's this big resistance, there's this resistance, and there's this. There's 3 resistances right here. This whole area is resistance. All down, all over here this is support. This is all support down here. This is all resistance up here. So I don't want to really buy necessarily near resistance. I mean, yeah, it could still go up, but it's a tricky situation. I'm comfortable just like chilling for the time being. Also, if you look at the Bitcoin chart against Uniswap, you could see the same thing. I mean, even I guess you could say this is the resistance level. Resistance, and this is support, resistance. Very clear bouncing in between this ping pong zone. So you want to buy anywhere near this major support zone. You want to sell anywhere near this major resistance zone. So I'm actually going to publish this idea. And what I'm going to do is if this comes down to the major support zone, that's obviously a really good area to buy. So I'm going to put an alert in, and then this is going to alert any of the VIP members if the price does come down, and then we could just load up on Uniswap, and then that'll also tell us, you know, what the other coins are doing, because the market tends to move in tandem. So we're going to do this, and let me just copy right there, put this, I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to say UNI coming into support area, buy some, and then we will get that alert, and that'll be really good. Then we get set our buy orders, you know, stack them in down here, and that'll work out really well. And you know what? It's 4 o'clock, so I have to get going soon because I have to edit this video, but let's just do like one more. Solana, obviously. Sol is absolutely insane. I've been talking about Sol for such a long time. Like, Sol is a long-term hold. So obviously this did incredibly well. Never selling my Sol. Yeah, just never selling it. Have a huge bag of Sol. This is never going to get hit ever again. This is never going to get hit ever again. I'm going to have to do analysis on Sol and see what is up. I mean, obviously you don't want to buy this like 100 to 200% run up. But you will buy the bounces when it comes back down. So let me check this out, and give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay, so there's actually 2 entries right here. There's support 1 at the 38.2, taking the fib from the bottom to the top. This lines up with the previous all-time highs, and then there's the 61.8, which lines up with this major resistance, now support. So I would go in fairly heavy right here. Also, if it comes down, by the time it reaches there, let's say it comes down like that, the moving averages should come up and be somewhere around here within this zone. So I would expect it to bounce up fairly high from these zones. So I'm definitely going to put buy orders, stack a lot in right here. I'll put some right here. I'll probably, honestly, I'll just have stack my buys all the way down, increasing incrementally as it comes down. And so, yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me. We did a lot of coins today and the entire market. Hope this was valuable. I'm going to keep on going through the market, you know, as time goes on. And some other thing that I want to say is that if you go to my Twitter, which I believe is right here, you could see... where is it? I just started. Okay, so a short while back, I started an account with 30,000, actually it was $60,000, and I took it all the way to 250,000, $250,000, and now it's currently at 285,000. So what I did was I took $250,000 and I put it into a new account, and I hooked that up to Edge Sheet, which is an API connected trading journal. This is a fully automated trading journal for FTX, Binance Futures, Bybit, and BitMEX. I don't recommend using anything other than FTX and maybe Binance Futures, by the way. Bybit seems like it's fine, but I just never used it. And yeah, it gives you full stats, full reviews, charts, performance, everything that you need, right? And it's automated. So this is what I use as my trading journal. And I'm going to keep track of all of my trades there. So you get unbiased, fully, factual trades that's, API verified. And so that's going to be a very cool, very, very cool thing, because last time, if you could see here, I started this out with 60K right there, 62K plus, and I made like 2,000 day one, 3,000 day two, all this stuff. And I made it from 61, 64, 67, 75, 122, and then finally got to 250. So now that I'm starting off with 250, let's see, I want to take this to over 1 million. That's the goal. And then preferably to 10 million. So keep a lookout for that. I'll be updating it in the course and everything like that. And also I will have a leverage trading account, basically like challenge or something like that. This is my spot account, and then I'll have a leverage trading account as well, which I will probably create like, I don't know, a thread on too. So I thought that was really cool. And other than that, if you want to learn how to trade, learn how I trade, head over to cryptoelite.com. Just here, cryptoelite.com is right here. And you will see the page where you could sign up to the course. If you sign up to the course, you'll get a month free in the VIP group. And if you want to join the VIP group, all that you got to do is go to the go to the Discord, go to the free Discord, and then in the left-hand side, you'll see something that says upgrade to VIP channel, and then you just click, this button, and you could click the button, click yep, it'll go take you here, and when you're there, you will have a chance to upgrade to the VIP membership, either $1,200 per year, which saves you 50%, or $197 per month. You could also pay in cryptocurrency. I tell you how to do that right here. And if you do that, of course, you will get the VIP members chat, the ideal buy zones, everything that I just did. I posted in the VIP, along with the alerts and a lot of other things. So that's that. Hope you guys are having an awesome, awesome day. I'm going to go edit this video and post it up, and I will talk to y'all later.